After Muhammad's death in 632, no one knew who should take power because Muhammad did not name a successor. They finally chose Abu Bakr, a friend to Muhammad, as the leader, naming him the first caliph, meaning successor.
Abu Bakr then went on to choose 3 other caliphs to rule with him. They used the Quran and Muhammad's teachings as a way of leading.
Abu Bakr encouraged jihad, which means inner struggling against evil, to give the Muslims a purpose. Under the 4 caliphs, everything went successfully. The Muslims took a lot of land, spreading Islam because of their well-disciplined and commanded army.
The people conquered by the Muslims were allowed their own religion, but if they weren't Muslim, they had higher taxes. However, a problem arose when all the caliphs that came to power were being assassinated. The family called the Umayyads took power. They moved their capital to Damascus to make controlling their territory easier.
During this rule, Muslims became wealthier, but their beliefs were also split into 2 groups, the Sunni and the Shi'i.
The Sunni were the group that followed Muhammad's example, and the Sunnah, while the Shia believed that all Muslim rulers needed to directly descend from Muhammad and didn't listen to the Sunnah.
The religious split caused the downfall of the Umayyads. They were overthrown in 750, and the Abbasids took control.
The Abbasids took over in 750 and killed all the Umayyad family members. Once again, the capital was moved, but this time to Baghdad. This was convenient because the trade was easier there.
The Abbasids made a bureaucracy to control the huge empire. However, this form of government required them to put taxes on land, trade, and non-Muslims.
Though the Abbasids had a lot of religious control, they didn't have much political control, resulting in independent Muslim states. At this time, a new group arose called the Fatimid, claiming descent from Muhammad's daughter, Fatima. However, even with independent states, the empire was still connected through trade, languages, common religion, and economy.
Trade helped the Muslim empire spread and trade with the rest of the world. They were able to trade using the same language and currency throughout all of the empire. To encourage trade, banks were set up through the empire using sak, or checks, to get money out of the banks. Baghdad impressed all who went there. It had a very unique design. It had 3 protective walls to keep it safe and a mosque in the center.
There was a building called the House of Wisdom, which was a library, school, and translation center.
The population was made up of 4 major classes. The upper class was made up of Muslims by birth. The second was made up of people who were converted to Islam.
The third class was made up of protected people, or Christians, Jews, and Zoroastrians. And the lowest class was made up of slaves and prisoners of war.
At first, women were to be treated equal to men. They were able to own land and have marriage rights.
Later, women were told to submit to men. The women had to do whatever their husbands told them to.
Poetry and literature was a big part of Muslim culture. A popular literature piece was called The 1001 Nights, a collection of fairy tales and legends.
Muslim art also played a big part in their culture. They never had images of animals or people because leaders worried people would worship them instead of Allah. Popular forms of art included calligraphy and geometric patterns.
Muslims made many advancements in math, science, and medicine. A scholar named Al-Razi came up with the treatment of smallpox. Another scholar also invented a technique which we now call algebra.
Fun fact!
According to Muslim culture, there is a definition of the perfect guy. Good luck finding that one, ladies.
Breathing in snowflakes, burnt lungs as I taste